Find your passion and do it. Don't stop. It takes one song, whether it be makeup, hair, nails, whatever it is. It takes one hairdo. It takes one song. It takes one nail, one haircut, whatever it is. It just takes one time for things to just lift off for you. So continue doing it.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Pushing Your Peas podcast. I'm your host, LT Bourne, and today we have a very special guest, the SOCA Queen of the Turks and Caicos Islands, Gemma. Gemma. Albernika Williams, affectionately known as Gemma, burst onto the music scenes with her hit song Gemma under her original stage name Mama Neeks. Since then, she's released more hits like Wind Down, Touch Me, and Brace It, and she's become a staple at the biggest festivals and concerts across the Turks and Caicos Islands. On this episode, Gemma shares how partnerships and parents played a pivotal role in her recent success. She also opens up about how she used positivity and prayer to overcome some dark times. Sit back, relax, and let's get ready to push some peas with one of TCI's hottest local artists. Gemma, I just want to welcome you on to Pushing Your Peas podcast. I
Thank
am
you
one of your
for
biggest fans.
having me. Yes, I know. Leo, you know I love you. Okay? After
I
in
love you
every
too.
performance, I definitely look out for you. I always spot you in the crowd with your camera, and you have no idea how much I appreciate that. Well, you do because I message you right afterwards, but I really
Of
appreciate
course,
that. I love that.
I got, I got some Regatta clips to plug into this video, so guys, look out for that while you're watching it. You're gonna see her performing at the Big Sub Regatta, and of course, I'm rapping. I'm
Yes, I
rapping
can.
today,
I can't wait. I can't believe Regatta is literally next week.
next week. Yo,
Time is
next week. But
flying.
Jama, on Pushing the Peas podcast, we push peas. And these peas are things that help us to progress in our careers, help us to be successful. And some of us, we are successful already. We're on a journey. And I've been watching you, man, and you've been tearing it up. You've been getting a lot of bookings lately. It's like every time there's a big show, I see your name on a poster. And I love that because you're now getting your flowers. But I know your journey is not one that is solo. I know for people, for artists, there's a team. And so for
Definitely
this
is.
episode, I want to talk about your team and I want to push the P partnership.
Hmm.
Who has helped you to become the brand that you are, the name that you are? Who has played or the persons have played an important role in your successful journey?
Well, when it comes to partnership, I would definitely have to say, firstly, my cousin Teresa, shout out Risa, my parents, Trent and Stutters. When I say they are the top five persons behind me, they are definitely the top five persons behind me. When I went to a resort and my parents about wanting to pursue this, pursue singing and creating soca music, they was behind me 100%. Stutters, he was the one that produces all my beats for the songs that I have released now. Touch Me, Brace It, Wind Down, Gemma, all of it is Stutters. Um, and then Stutters linked me on to Trent, who is my manager, and he has definitely been a great help.
Talk to us about early in your career. Where, when did you realize you had a gift for singing? And who was the first person to call out this gift? Because I know a lot of times we have gifts, but it takes that one person to call it out in us. So tell us about that process. How did you know that you can actually do this?
Well, I realized I had a gift for singing at a very young age because I specifically remember joining my primary school pageant and I did singing as my talent. I can't remember like who called out the gift of singing, but I know that it was always there. Now, in 2016, I think, yeah, 2016 definitely was when I decided that, hey, I love soca. I love singing. Turks and Caicos does not have a soca artist. We do mainly rake and scrape, and then you have persons that does rap. I want to do
Yeah.
soca music. I can't remember for sure who put me on to Stutters, but I reached out to Stutters. I know he was doing soca beats. He sent me a half-written song that he did, which was Gemma. Now, a lot of people don't know. Gemma was initially read from a man's point of view, meaning the term Gemma means to jam her, as in like dancing or whatever.
Oh,
But I turned
okay.
it around and rewrite it from a woman's point of view. And then I added on the second verse, and we went from there. Um, so that's put me on to Alan. We got in the studio, record the song, released it on, I think it was either 88 Jams or RTC, I'm not sure. But I released it on the radio station here. And it just took off from there. Started put me, like I said, started put me on the trend. Trend has a lot of connects in the soca world. From there, it just took off. So we started listening to other beats, deciding what we're gonna do with these songs and stuff like that.
How did you know that you were ready to make that leap of faith? I know Stardust probably was pushing you through that process, but how did you know that, okay, I'm ready now to take it to the next level and reach out to trend and try to get global? What inspired you to do that?
Like I say, at that time, I just had a deep passion to do it, and I saw a need for a soca artist coming from Turks and Caicos. So I was like, why not me? Why not me? Singing is a passion of
Why
mine.
not?
Soca music is a passion of mine. So why not me? And like you say, Stutters
And I
was
love
definitely behind me 100% of the time.
Now, I want to talk about you and Trent's relationship.
Hmm.
That initial conversation you all had, the vision that he has for you. Tell us about that dynamic, your relationship.
Our initial relationship was, we had a very good conversation. From the break, he told me what it is that he wanted, what it is that he see in me, and where he expects us to go. Like I said, he has a lot of connects in that soca world, so he was a very, very strong help for me. And to this day, he's behind me. We still have our conversations. We still talk about our futures of what we plan to do. Um, Once I did the song Gemma, he definitely reached out to persons that he knew, from Barbados and Trinidad and wherever else that they're from, got their opinion. They loved the song, and it just went from there. When it comes to getting like the rhythms and beats and stuff, usually Trent, not Trent, sorry, Stutters would send it to Trent, Trent would send it to me. Jam, I like this one for you. Um, I'm not very good at writing like that, so he reached out to persons that he know got their assistance in writing songs and like Touch Me and Brace It, written by other soca artists from songs that we know and love. So, but Trent is my guy. That's my guy.
And
Always
you have
behind me, always
a
supportive. Even though they're, sorry, I was like, even though they're like over the years, we've lost touch. Life, I got discouraged at one point. He had things happen in his life, but we always found our way back to each other.
and it has to be working because you on a roll. Like I said, every time I see a big party now, Jamma is on the poster. And I love that for you. I love that you're getting your flowers now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I appreciate it. I listen the tremendous support that the Turks Islanders show me. Words can't express how I appreciate them so much.
Now, Jama, one of the other pieces I push in my book is parents. And you talked about how your parents was supportive of you. But tell me about that initial conversation you guys had when you said that, listen, I want to be the SOCA Queen of the Turks and Caicos Islands. I'm going into this music thing fully. And this is uncharted territory. We don't raise our children up to be singers and entertainers. So tell me what that was like, introducing this new career path to them.
Well, my parents were behind me 110%. Like, my mommy was in the studio with me, performances, she's there. If my father's able to make it, he's there in the front with his video camera recording on live. When I say that they are behind me 100%. When I went to them with the idea, they was like, let's go for it. Why not? Why not? I believe in you. I trust that you can do it. They motivate me each step of the way. Um, Certain songs, my mommy would assist with writing. She would randomly be laying down, and something would come to her, and she'd come to me. Oh, Nika, what do you think with this line? Nika, what do you think with that? Oh, I hear this thing in my head. I hear this thing in my head. So they behind me. They're right there on the
I
side of me
love
next to
that.
me.
And I love, and it all kind of ties in with the whole theme of what I wrote about partnerships. We don't reach these levels that we're at in our lives without support,
Hmm.
without partnerships. You talk about how you're in your relationship with Trent broke down for a bit, but then you guys were able to get right back on path because once it's genuine, once it's real, I feel like you always find a way to reconnect is what I found.
I
You
agree.
know, if it's real love, like that genuine love, and you sing in a genre that promotes that genuine love, that genuine unity. So tell us about that genre, being a part of soca, and what that experience has taught you.
I always felt like soca is love. I feel like soca is unity. I have such an appreciation for soca. Some people don't understand. Certain soca songs, I be there crying because you can just feel the love in the music. Like you could feel the love in the music, and that's why I always tell people. Some people when they say they don't like soca, I be like, how? Because there's so much love and unity in soca. I feel like it brings togetherness. There's, like I said, it's just an appreciation that I have that I can't explain for soca.
Anybody I talk to soca about is like you can't really explain it. You have to experience it.
Right, right.
Yeah,
I had
it's
a
not something.
cousin that did not like. She didn't like soca music until we went to Soca Uber Cruise, and when she got that experience, she loves it now. She loves it
Yeah,
now.
it's an
It's definitely an
experience. It's not.
experience.
Yes, it's not something that you can really define. It's something that you have to live in the moment of, like be there and feel the vibes.
Oh, soca is vibes. Soca is vibes. I've never been to a soca
Not
party yet where I didn't have an amazing time.
it could be the turnout could be low and you're still gonna have fun.
Right. Because that's just what soca does to people.
You spoke about my P, and that's partnerships. We touched on parents a bit. But what are some P's you live by? What are some P's that's help you, or even one? It don't matter. You can talk about as many as you want, but tell me some P's that you push on your path that you're currently on.
I would say two P's that I definitely push at the moment now is prayer and positivity. There's nothing I feel like I can't go to God with. I mean, He knows about it even before I pray about it, but I still pray about it because He answers prayers. So I do pray a lot about certain situations, and God will send me confirmation if to do something or if to not do something. And with positivity, I am a very positive person. I don't take on negativity. I look past it. I look over it. I ditch and dodge negativity. So positive is my vibe. Even if there's a situation where I feel like something is wrong, I just look past it and say, you know what, maybe it's supposed to happen this way for whatever reason. The reason will be revealed at some time.
You talked about going through a rough patch in your career. You have P's of positivity and prayer, but walk us through that. When you felt like giving up, How were you able to get back to being you? How did you find yourself again and find the motivation to continue, even though you were feeling discouraged?
Mhm.
What was that process like?
Like I said, I use those two P's for sure. Um, I try to be positive about everything. I pray to God for confirmation. During that time of discouragement, when I say the people of the Turks and Caicos was on me for music, they were on me for music. And I used that as motivation to get back into it, um, as well as, like I say, being positive. I used it as motivation to get back into it. I went back and I started listening to my songs more often. And then at that point, I was like, girl, let's try start this thing back. Because what?
Right. Like, use the queen. Stop playing.
Yeah, I used to just sit down and listen to my songs and be like, girl, you can do this. Get back into it. People waiting for you. And I just went for it. There was an experience I had last year. I think I prayed about a situation. I don't think it's, I had already began like performing and stuff. But there was that one point where I was just in my zone, no music around, no TV on, nothing. And I just heard his voice in my head and said, sing. And I just know it was God giving me confirmation that, hey, this is what you were supposed to be doing. Continue doing it. You're not at famous yet or at that level yet, but you're going to get there eventually once you continue to do it. So that's also
And
the reason why.
look where it's taking
Yeah,
you. Like
and
you, like I
during that time is when the bookings just start rolling in more often for me.
It reminds me of that picture, the picture of the guy, he's digging for diamonds, and just before he reached the diamonds, he decides, I can't take it anymore. Let me turn around. But it's right there.
Right.
It's right there that we face our biggest adversity just when we're about to hit the diamonds. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that prayer and positivity has impacted your life to find your diamonds, because now you're seeing, you might not be pulling all out now, but you've hit it now. You've gotten that momentum. And I want to tell you, you're inspiring so many people, so many people.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy that you came on this show to share your journey with us. And I hope to have you back again. But,
Definitely.
Jam, you've been on the stage with a lot of big artists and recently and also in the past. Have any of them given you advice? Have any of them talked to you?
Yes. Recently, the show with Tanya Stevens and Patrice Roberts. There was a situation that happened backstage when I was about to perform with my music, and I wasn't able to go on at the time that I was meant to go on. So Tanya Stevens ended up going on before me, and when she came off the stage and I was about to go on, after I had sorted out whatever I needed to sort it out, she stopped me. She said, "Hey, make sure always have your music on a flash drive because anything could happen and you just never know." And then she just wished me good luck and said, "I love you," and moved on. I love that because it definitely relieved my nerves that I had on at the time, and I went out and killed it. I had a great time at the show, on and off the
You
stage.
you were phenomenal.
Thank
One of
you,
your best performances I've ever seen. One
thank
of your
you.
best.
Well, I looking to top
And
it at Regatta.
of course, we used to do it big in the big south. But Jama, you've been given advice, but you are also an up and coming
Hmm.
artist in the soca field, and you've been to Uber Soca.
Hmm.
You've seen what the vibes is like at Uber Soca. All the countries with their flags, and we're the small little country there that's fighting for an identity. We're still fighting for an identity. Who are some soca artists that you would like to partner with to build your reputation, and also who do you look up to as well as in the soca field? So
Um,
that's two questions I asked you.
would definitely say the Queen of Bacchanal herself, Destra, Patrice. I would love to do a song with Marshall. Hey, just putting it out there. Nadia Batsett is one of my favorites right now. She killing it. I would love to do a song with Lead Pipe and Feathers because they helped me with a few things as well. I don't know if y'all know, but Woman is Boss and Bracelet was written by Lead Pipe and Feathers. So I would love to do a song with them as well.
And who do you look up to in the field?
Again, Patrice Roberts, Nadia Batsett, Marshall Montano, um, Denise Buffon because she's one of them. Alison Hines definitely. I love Edwin Yearwood as well. A oldie but a goodie.
Mm.
There are definitely some people that I look up to.
You're a soca artist in the Turks and Caicos Islands, a country that is kind of like a rake and scrape haven. Um, what's that like? You know, trying to build a genre here, try to build love for a genre here in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
It's a bit difficult because, like you say, a lot of people here don't master stuff. And it's like soca music. It's definitely becoming a thing now because we do have a lot of soca shows going on. So I feel like it's growing, but we're not there yet. But we're gonna get there one day. Well, you know we love our rake and scrape music, and
Mm.
I actually want to do a rake and scrape song. I find myself loving to sing rake and scrape now. But we I feel like we can get to the soca world. We ain't reached there quite yet, but we getting there. People do have a more appreciation for soca music now.
Now, John, I have to ask this question because everybody would want me to ask you this question. When are we getting? When are we getting an album? When are we getting more Gemma music?
Oh, soon. I'm working on releasing Crazy Party soon, and then I have I think like three other songs that I recorded but have not released just yet. So eventually they'll be released throughout the next couple of months. For Woman is Boss, I know a lot of y'all been asking me. I have no idea. Unfortunately, the beat is not mine and it's meant to be a rhythm, so I have to wait on the producer. And I don't mind, even though I want the song to be released, I don't mind waiting because apparently there's some big time soca artists on the rhythm, and I feel as if the song will be pushed more once it's released with the rhythm. But hopefully we get it soon. I'm waiting, just like you guys are waiting. But look us up for Crazy Party. We're working on it. We're working on it.
I want to ask this question too because I'm not an artist. So I want to know because we have a lot of great artists here. We have
Hmm.
the Task, Ugly Widow. I would consider Provision Band a group artist. You have all of these great musicians, but we are not getting the music from them. And why is that? From your experience, why aren't these people, these popular names, putting out music? Like, what's the hindrance? And if something is stopping you guys, what can be done to help you guys?
For me, I can't speak for everybody else, but from my understanding, you would need like more support. Like people like our songs, they play it here and there, but unfortunately, releasing music is definitely a lot of work and it's very costly. So I think some people may take into consideration I'm putting all this money into releasing music that I'm not making any money from the songs being played or anything like that. So I guess maybe that could be a reason why.
Okay.
But some people do it just for the love of money, for the love of, sorry, releasing music. I know Chawa definitely release songs frequently.
Yeah, he is.
He
Yeah, he
released songs
does.
frequently, but I'm guessing maybe that's for everybody else.
We talked about partnerships earlier in the show. Who are some artists that you would like to partner with locally to do a track with?
Um, I would love to do a track with my girl Tess. I look up to Alroy, so him as well. I know Chawa and Willow actually reached out to me about doing songs together, so they may be in the near future. And Provision Band,
I
because
would love.
they're my guys.
Yeah, 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 for sure. So, Jama, first of all, thank you for coming on the
You're
show.
welcome. Happy to be
Um,
here.
this, I'm really appreciative of you taking the time out of your day to be on Pushing Your Piece. You're now in the presence of your younger self. Let's say she's 18. Um, what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self
Some
based
advice
on
I would
everything
give to
you've
my
experienced?
18-year-old self, not only for myself, but for everybody across the board. Find your passion and do it. Don't stop. It takes one song, whether it be makeup, hair, nails, whatever it is. It takes one hairdo. It takes one song. It takes one nails, one haircut, whatever it is. It just takes one time for things to just lift off for you. So continue doing it. Find your passion. Stick to it. Work towards it. Write your goals down and just build towards that.
Final question. Now, this show closes off with a question that's unrelated to anything we've talked about. This is my final question to you, Jama.
Okay.
If you can have a conversation with a fictional character, a movie star, um, who would you like to talk to, and what would that conversation look like? You have any movie star, any fictional character.
A movie star. Denzel Washington.
Mm.
Denzel Washington. I love a lot of his movies, and I would like to know what his experience was growing up, to be the person that he is today.
Amazing. Jamie, do you have any final words? And also, I know you're an entrepreneur, so plug in what you need to plug in right now.
Shout out Froggy's South House, Froggy's Meals on Wheels, Froggy's ATV, Froggy's on the Beach, Froggy's Contracting, 2310595, 2323663. Of course, myself, Gemma, and see all that regatta, see all that going in the bush, see all that Nadia Babsett, see all that come go with me, like, see all. I can't wait to perform.
Hey, y'all see, you can drop sound for us. You can drop sound for us right now.
Uh, From
But
my anxiety party, I under some sweeping bee. You won't take a wine on me. You won't control my body. Not too much, not too much. I gotta wait.
hey, yo, see, Jama, thank you so much for
You
coming
are
on
welcome,
Pushing
Leo.
Your
I
Peers.
love the
You
show.
are always welcome back on the show. So let me know when you're ready to do this again. Probably when you're about to hit Carnival and Trini as a guest. Let me
Of
be the first one
course.
to interview you when you about to hit the stage in
When
Trinidad.
I
You're
about
doing
to
the stage.
reach crazy party and hit you up.
There we go. You all see, we here.
Yeah,
We
we
here.
here. We
Uh,
here.
Thank you guys for watching Pushing Your Peers. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow, and also go and follow Jama. Her handles is right there, so make sure you guys follow her. And I'll see you on the next episode of Pushing Your
Later,
Peers.
guys.